Hello, readers. We've been talking about comparing and contrasting two nonfiction texts. If I look over at my sock picture, I'm reminded that comparing something means figuring out how it is similar or the same. Contrasting something is helping me to figure out how it is different. Boys and girls, we've been reading two nonfiction texts, Our Animal Friends and Don't Feed the Animals. And we've figured out some ways that they are similar. We've compared these two texts. Look at where I have our red arrows. Well, in order for them to be similar, they have to have some things that are the same. Feeding the animals keeps them coming back for more. Feeding animals teaches them to beg people for food. Sounds sort of similar to me. Feeding the animals keeps them from finding their own food. Animals forget how to find their own food. Boys and girls, over on the green side, that's from Our Animal Friends. But we can also find similar points in the text, Don't Feed the Animals. But all at the same time that I can compare the text and see what is the same, I also can contrast the text and see some things that are different. Our Animal Friends focuses on keeping animals safe, whereas Don't Feed the Animals focuses on keeping animals healthy. Our Animal Friends talks about one way that we can keep animals safe is by not driving too fast. Whereas in Don't Feed the Animals, it still focuses on keeping animals healthy. And this time, they say it's because people food makes animals sick. Boys and girls, I see here that I can both compare and contrast these two texts. My X's show how they are different. My arrows show how they are the same. Boys and girls, today I want us to read two different texts, Turn on the Tap and Fresh Water. And I want us to see if there are some similarities and differences in these two texts. Let's compare and contrast. Here we go. Turn on the Tap by Marissa Walcott. Turn on the tap and out pours fresh, clean water. But where does it come from? In many places, water is pumped from lakes and rivers or from under the ground to wells or to treatment plants. There, it is cleaned to make it safe to drink. Then pipes carry clean water into our homes. Water is important to people. We need it to live. To stay healthy, we drink it every day. We also use it to get clean and to wash away germs. We think there will always be plenty of water when we need it, but that may not be true. In the past, people wasted water. Water was polluted with harmful things such as garbage and oil. We must protect our water. To make sure we have fresh water in the future, everyone must help today. So be sure to use water wisely. Well, boys and girls, let's listen now to our second text, Fresh Water. See if you hear any similarities and differences. Fresh Water by Seamus Langworthy. Fresh water is more precious than gold. Without it, Earth wouldn't have plants, animals, or people. We should always treat water with care. But we put harmful things into our water. Dirty water from our homes and factories flows from pipes into rivers. Ships dump garbage and oil into lakes. Cities clean this dirty water. They add things that kill the harmful germs. Now the water that comes from the tap is safe to drink. Keeping water pure is a big job, but you can help. The less water we use, the better. Take shorter showers. Don't leave the tap running when you don't need to. Don't throw away garbage into rivers or lakes. If you see garbage, throw it away. help keep our water pure and safe for everyone to enjoy. Boys and girls, I want us to think about these two texts. Compare them. How are they the same? Contrast them. How are they different? Well, to compare the two texts, I'm thinking both of them talk about how water is important to people. Both of them talk about how people drink water and use it to what? To clean. And it also talks about how we must protect our water from pollution. Well, let's think about some ways that they're different. What are some things that they talked about that were different? Let's contrast. Well, one thing is that in one article it said that water comes from many different places. Another article said there may not always be fresh water when we need it. And another text said people should use less water. Boys and girls, I can see some points that the author made in each text. And those points, I can see how they are the same. I can find them in both texts. And I can see how some of the points the author made can only be found in one text. I can compare them and contrast them. Boys and girls, let's put our thinking all together. Turn on the tap and fresh water both say that water is important to people and that we must protect it. Turn on the tap says that we may not always have fresh water. Fresh water even says that people should use less water. Boys and girls, do you see how I compared and I contrasted our two texts? Well, boys and girls, in comparing and contrasting our two texts, I am able to see how two nonfiction texts on the same topic actually can be the same and different. Today, as you do your independent reading, as you go to RazKids or pull a book from your bookshelf or another place, boys and girls, I want you to pick two books with the same topic. We talked about maybe you like race cars, dinosaurs, maybe you like painting, maybe you love the beach. Whatever it is, I want you to choose two books that are on the same topic. And I want you to compare and contrast them. See how they are the same and how they are different. For extra bonus points, make a T-chart like the one you see. How are they the same? Compare. How are they different? Contrast. Well, readers, have an awesome day of reading. Happy comparing. Happy contrasting.